So I've got a fair few watches in my collection right now, and when I do start to travel again, I like to carry my watches with me. And while doing my research for a good travel watch case or a watch roll, I came across this one from the luxury watch brand, and I think this might just be the best one on the market today. Right, there's the box itself, and before you start to wonder, no, this is not how the box came packaged. I've had to remove the top part of it off because it had some personal details on it. But let's just get straight into it and see what we get. So at the top, I can see there is what looks like a thank you card. Thank you for choosing and supporting our brand. We hope you love your product just as much as we do. That's very kind and sweet of them, but I'm just going to leave that aside and see what else is in there. Now that seems to me like some documentation, so let's get into it. Oh no, actually it's a very nicely packaged and branded microfiber cloth. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this, but I'll just leave that aside for now. And then finally we've got this box here, which I believe should have the watch roll. And if I open this one as well, there is the watch roll itself. So just to tell you a little bit about the brand, you know, the one thing I want to mention is, even though this looks like leather and it looks very nicely finished, it's not actually real leather. The luxury watch brand only use vegan leather on all of their products, and this specific model here is called the TLWB Epi Noir Triple Watch Roll. And if your French is any good, that Noir in the name means the color black, and the Epi simply refers to the texture on that vegan leather. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can see the horizontal lines, the horizontal texture, and that continues on all the sides. So on the front here, on the sides as well, you can see it's beautifully finished in that Epi texture or Epi style texture on that leather, and then continuing on the back as well. And then on this side. Now on first impressions alone, it feels very soft and supple to touch, and I absolutely love this texture on it. It gives it a little bit of a grip. And if I just zoom in again, so you can see in terms of the branding, it just says the luxury watch brand, and then underneath that, hopefully you can see it there, it says everything but watches. And that's because the luxury watch brand, if you look at their website, they also do watch stands, they do watch trays, and also do watch winders, I think. And before we check out the interior of this, I just wanted to mention the reason I went for the luxury watch brand watch roll here is because I did some research and I found the Mirage Luxury Travel is the cheapest one on the market today. But to be honest, based on the YouTube videos I've seen, it seems very flimsy, and I actually love the design here. It's got a flat bottom, so if you were to put this on a desk or somewhere on your bedside table, it won't just roll over. So that is sort of nice secure feature to have. I've seen other watch rolls which are sort of circular or cylindrical in shape, and so there is a chance they might just roll over and damage your watches. But it's good to see that, you know, this has a flat bottom, as you can see there, and so if you leave it on your bedside table or somewhere, it should just stay in place and not roll over. And with that, let's actually start looking at the interior of this. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it's got 4 snap buttons there to keep it tightly secured. And let's just open them now. I mean, hopefully that shows you just how well made these buttons are just by the sound and the click of it. I'm gonna try that again. So based on first impressions alone, I would say those are very high quality buttons. So let's just hear that again. And if I then go into the interior of it, at the top I can see there is a sort of the branding TLWB, which obviously stands for the luxury watch brand. And if I can zoom into the buttons again, they seem to be finished in what looks like rose gold to me. And also on the inside here, just on touch and feel, this is a very soft microfiber cloth, so you know, even if it touches your watch or the sapphire crystal on your watch, it shouldn't do any damage. It in fact should keep them nice and safe. And the other thing I loved about this product, you know, just based on the website images alone, is the fact that you can also open the bottom flap. Now if you check out some of the other watch rolls, I think Mirage Luxury Travel or even Everest watch roll for that matter, you can't open the bottom flap, so you kind of, you know, restricted in terms of, you know, sliding these things off and then making sure your watch fits in there. But it's just good to know that you can actually open this out fully. I absolutely love that feature. The other difference is, compared to the other watch rolls I've seen, is that you know, the Mirage or the Everest watch roll, they come with sort of slidey cushions, which, yes, they are maybe easy to access, but if you know, are not very careful, you might just sort of drop your watches on the other side because there's no locking mechanism to keep them in place. Again, just minor differences. I'm not saying, you know, that is bad or not, but I just actually love the security and the safety and the peace of mind that comes with snap buttons. So just to show you, obviously these are individual cushions, so you don't need to take the right one out to take the middle one out, for example. You can do them individually. And so all of them have 2 snap buttons on each side. So there you go, that's the 2 snap buttons there. And then if I do on this side as well, out comes the cushion. And let's just have a detailed look at the cushion as well. Now, again, this is finished in animal friendly microfiber, and as you can see, there is nicely padded and is very soft and should keep your watch in good condition, really. And with that, let's just maybe try on one of the watches I've got here. So I'm gonna try with Black Bay 58 first. As you can see there, I've got it currently on the leather strap. So there you go, that's how this Black Bay 58 sits on the black cushion. And if I showed you all the sides, hopefully that should give you an idea of you know, the sizing and the proportions of this cushion. And then with that, let's just try to put it back in and see if that is an easy process. So I'm obviously doing this with a camera in my face, so it's not going to be as easy, but if you're not doing it on camera, it should be much quicker. But even so, look there, that's just snapped into place. And if I just put this one back in as well, that's now nice and secure. And hopefully that shows you how much clearance there is, you know, on either side. Again, if you don't know, the Black Bay 58 is a 39mm case size, so that hopefully shows you how much clearance there is. And if I was to flick around to this side, I think there should be enough clearance when I try to snap it down. And even honestly, even if this bottom flap here touches your watch, it's lined with very soft and supple microfiber lining on the inside, so it will not cause any damage or should not cause any damage to your watch. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to try it with a bigger watch. So I'm obviously wearing this Black Bay Bronze. Let me try that on the middle cushion here. So as you can see there, you don't need to, you know, take out the right one there. I can just individually remove these cushions. So there it is. That's how my Black Bay Bronze, the 43mm case size, looks on this cushion. And if I just turn it around, you can hopefully see how it sits on this cushion, nice and snug. I think it fits very well. And let's just try and sort of slot it back in. So there we go. That's the Black Bay Bronze with the Black Bay 58. Now, obviously you can see, you know, this is a 43mm case size and it still has clearance on both the sides. And then this one obviously has a lot more clearance. Now, I don't know if they do 45mm watches, but I would think based on the sort of space remaining on either side, I think you should be able to fit a 45mm watch in there. But again, also let's look at the sort of height factor here. So obviously that Black Bay Bronze is a much taller watch than the Black Bay 58, but hopefully that gives you an idea of how this sits within the watch roll. So honestly, from my perspective, I wouldn't have any concerns you know, leaving my tall watches in there, because like I said, on both the sides you have this soft sort of microfiber felt lining on the inside, so that should keep your watches safe and secure. And in terms of these sort of separator walls or whatever you call them, the partitioning, I think they are very solid and they are very sort of nicely cushioned as well. So, you know, solid as in they are sturdy. They are not like the ones I've seen on the Mirage Luxury travel watch roll. Again, based on the YouTube videos I've seen, they are very flimsy. The structure is sort of not very rigid. So I'd, you know, sort of be concerned if I was using that for my luxury watches. But this one, I'm not sure if it has sort of plastic or some wooden bits inside it, but it's very sturdy, yet very soft and sort of padded on all the sides, as you can imagine. I mean, I've got two on there, so might as well put the third one on. So I've got my Rolex here. So there's my Rolex. Let's try to put this on the cushion as well. Now, one thing I need to mention is that my Rolex is sized to my very tiny 6.25 inch wrist. So if this cushion can fit the Rolex, I would consider it a success, because honestly, apart from the Rolex cushion so far, none of the other cushions have been able to accommodate for such a small wrist size. and so there you go, it's already fitted in nicely. So I'd say, you know, this cushion is good for watches if you have a wrist of from about 6 inches onwards. I honestly, just in you know, a few minutes of using this watch roll, I'm absolutely loving the security of those snap buttons on either side. It gives me huge confidence, you know, in sort of leaving my luxury watches in there. So again, for a comparison, hopefully that gives you a good idea of how this watch roll can fit your watches. And just for size comparisons, that Black Bay 58 there is 39mm. This one, the Black Bay Bronze, is the 43mm case size, and then there's Rolex Submariner, that's the 41mm case size. So hopefully you can see how much clearance your watches might have. Again, I would absolutely recommend this watch roll for, I think, watches up to 45mm, and as you can see there, I've got clearance on the top and the bottom as well. And once you put this bottom flap up, I don't think this top flap or this branding here even touches your watches, because, you know, it's just a sort of second layer on top of this bottom flap. So if I now close that one there, I mean, it's got a nice sturdy feeling, and I absolutely love the texture and the graining of this Epi style vegan leather. Now, just a couple of things to mention. The reason I chose the luxury watch brand over any other watch rolls I've seen is twofold. So one is, like I said, the luxury watch brand only ever uses animal friendly materials for all of their products. So, you know, again, I'm not pretending to be a vegan, but if given a choice, and especially if the products are this well made, I'd absolutely choose animal friendly materials over non-animal friendly materials. So from that perspective, I absolutely loved the idea that, you know, no animals were harmed in the making of any of these products. And the other thing is, you know, Mirage luxury travel, yes, it's very cheap. Probably you can get it for around, I don't know, 60, maybe $70. But like I said, the construction of it, especially these sort of partitions or the separators, looked very flimsy, and sort of, you know, the structure wasn't very confidence inspiring. So I wasn't sure about, you know, putting my money down on that one. And on the other spectrum, you have the Everest watch roll, which, to be very honest with you, at about £300, that's a considerable investment, you know, in a watch roll, and I wasn't too keen on that either. And also the fact that it is real leather, so again, you know, we don't necessarily need to harm animals, you know, to keep our watches safe. So in terms of price, this one I think retails for about £110 if I remember correctly. But to be very honest with you, the luxury watch brand always seem to have some sort of offer going on, and even if you subscribe to their VIP exclusive club, you should always get 10% off. So I'd say, you know, for less than £100, I think this is a very well made watch roll. It's got all the looks and it's finished very well. The color combinations are nice as well. They've got a bunch of other colors if you want to check them out. And also, like I said, it's very sturdy. I love the design, I love the size, I love the shape, and I actually love the materials used in it. And so as far as you know, unboxing and first impressions go, I think that covers pretty much everything. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you think there are other watch rolls I should check out, please also let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to get one in. And like I mentioned, I'll be using this obviously on a daily basis, so expect to see maybe an update video, you know, just to see how this lasts over a period of time. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care.